the Roman Catholic Church want to protect its interests. So the only way is to come out of that and be part of the kingdom. At least you can agree, you go back to your church, but when you come to national thing, we are all one. Can we start from there? National thing, we are all one. We are one voice. The government have to listen to our voice. We Christians have only one voice. Although we are many denominations, but we are one voice. When they hear that one voice, they tremble. Amen?
Amen.
I have a question about Israel. You know, like if somebody has a plot of land in Israel and they're dividing it and selling those small pieces of land, what will happen to them? They're selling the land overseas. As long as it, what do we do? Return the land? I've got a title for a land in Israel.
Oh,
I bought it.
I did that. It's fine.
That's okay.
That is only it's a
small
token.
piece.
It's
Yes.
a token. That's
Okay.
all. You don't actually own that land.
Okay.
You don't own that land. That you actually paid for the development in that land. That's all. I know that. I paid for that as well. It's all right. You can buy properties as long as you are a believer. You can buy property in Israel because remember that you are grafted to the olive tree.
Yeah.
You are part of Israel, so you can buy. The people in Palestine, the people who are Buddhists, the people who are other religion cannot buy. They cannot sell to them. They can sell to us because we are part of Israel. All right, but the Temple Mount is not negotiable. The Temple Mount belongs to God. It's written already. I show you the scriptures.
Yes.
It's written that it belongs to God. Even the Jews is a tenant only to stay in their land, and they have got to redeem the land for God. That's it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Picture of the temple.
In our conquest to educate our people back home,
Yeah.
we have been going to the United Nations to air our grievances of what's happening back home. You and I know as well as Andy, the United Nations doesn't support Israel.
Yeah.
Never has, never will,
Yeah.
and it will never ever
We can
happen.
influence. No, we can
The
influence.
question I have is, are we taking the right course to air our grievances in the United Nations with the indigenous people, or is it just falling on deaf ears and they're just nodding to please us and not doing anything about it?
Can I add on to that before you answer? One of the beauties of going, though, is that we counter the lies that Kayum and Bainimarama feed to the United Nations. At least we are telling them, because if we do not counter the lies, we will be seen as supporting those lies. Somebody has to counter those lies. So for me, that is very useful. The other reason why I find that it's useful, we were able to get a rapporteur to go to Fiji and look at the situation in Fiji. And he came back with his report. Part of his report has been published by the media in New Zealand, but it still has not been released. And we know, though, that he found out the truth of what we were going to say. Our belief, though, that even though you've told us all those things, we agree, but I believe in my heart that if you see something that is wrong and you do not take action against it, you're committing a sin. That's why I very much am going to wherever I can go, irrespective of whether it's Fiji indigenous or what, just to make sure that the right is...
That is called making a stand.
Yes.
Making a stand for God, you're making a stand for your country. So it's the right thing to do. Let us be practical. There are 3 ways to win. The first way is you pray. You cry out to God. God, in His own time, in His own wisdom, will liberate the country. The second way you win is through people. You agree? People, you look at Philippines when Marcos was in charge. He stole the country's wealth. What happened? The people came out in the streets and they changed the government through the protest. People's power. Alright? Through vote, through protest. Two things. Third thing you do is where you go to UN. That is legal. Don't underestimate what you do in UN. Because if you know how to move your way through UN, you can bring attention to your cause. How you going to present your case is very important. If you present it well, people will listen. If you present it not well, people just cannot be bothered. This small little island, so what's the big deal? But you present it well to show the atrocities, to show how indigenous nation is afflicted by all this. And actually, I'm going to make a film. I'm asking my friend, a film producer in US, to make a film about all the indigenous people, including the Fijian people.
Oh, yes.
How they are being shortchanged by foreigners
Thank you.
in their own land. So we want to bring this awareness to the world. All right, the people in the reservation, the people in New Zealand, the people in Australia, the people in Taiwan, you know, who are indigenous people, including Malaysia as well.
Yeah.
How they being shortchanged by the ruling government.
Always.
So this can bring awareness. I won't say that this will solve the problem, but if you add everything up, it becomes a solution, you get me or not? So each one can play a role, the media, the prayers, going to UN, all this add up to what you want to achieve. Amen? As long as, like Edmund said, evil exists because good men do nothing. That's it. So are you good people? If you are good people, do something
For your country.
for your country.
Do something.
Even though you live out this country, it is your duty, your due diligence to do what is right and
Yes.
necessary. Amen?
Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Or a break? Would you like
Well-
we'll just have a few break? May munutis ya tau?
The last question?
Okay.
Oh, matanggal.
Well, you were showing what was happening to the Jews over history.
Yeah.
One verse kept coming up in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, when Jesus was in the court of, who was his,
Huh?
not Caiaphas, Pontius Pilate.
Pontius Pilate.
Pontius Pilate. And they asked for Barabbas to be released. And then Pontius Pilate said, okay, bring the water, let me wash my hands. I am not guilty of this man, this just man.
He's guilty.
And then the people said, the Jewish people, they said, his blood will be on our hands and all our children. So I guess that's the curse that has been touching the Jewish people from that time till today. Yeah. But that's apart from what you were talking about.
There's
But we
always-
should understand that why the church leaders like Martin Luther spoke against the Jews, even though they, you know, he was a Catholic that lived when the truth was suppressed. So he did not really know much. That's why he was speaking like that. He used the pig image to downplay the Jewish. So that curse had carried on over history till today.
It's a multiplication of a few things. It's also the plan of God that they are out there. It's a plan of God. That's why the Bible says that they will be scattered throughout the nation. And also God said He will
He's going to bring them back.
It's part of the
Yeah.
plans of
No
God.
matter what. You always
It's throughout
love them.
history.
Yeah.
But we are the players as well of things that are not right. We're going to correct it because the Jews today don't like Christians because of the past. They don't trust us Christians because of what happened in the past. So don't you think
It's not us.
right now it is the time for us to help them to find God? So to help them to find God, we have to understand that we've got to go back to our Jewish roots. Christians can never evangelize the Jewish people. Only a Messianic believer can.
Messianic
Because
Jews.
you understand them. By going to Israel, you understand them, you can talk to them. Ordinary Christian cannot talk to them. The moment you mention Jesus, they shut off already. Alright? That's why I use the film to talk to them. Alright? You must do the right thing. Because you must understand when you come for my book of Revelation teaching, the baton of salvation you are supposed to pass back to the Jews. You run the relay from one nation to another nation. You run. The last baton was sent to the Pacific Islands. Now the Pacific Islands have to return it where? To the
Jerusalem.
Jews.
Yeah.
To Jerusalem. That's why
Back
you went
to
to
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem. Back to Jerusalem.
Back to
The
Jerusalem.
movement. You are part of the back to Jerusalem.
Yeah.
And then that finish your work. Once you pass the baton to them, that's it. We say bye-bye to them, we will be raptured, and they will be left behind to deal with their problem. And God will speak to them, and God will say, Baruch, Baruch. And they will say, Baruch, Baruch, Basha Adonai. When they cry out to God, God will rescue them. So it's part of the big plan of God. That's why it's a blueprint of the kingdom.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes.
It's all in His blueprint that these things will happen like this. You agree? Because it's from the scriptures, not from my idea. I didn't have this idea. It's all taken from the scriptures to just show to you how God has planned out from the very beginning in the garden until now. It is His kingdom. And the people that failed to build the kingdom was the Jewish people. And now the Christians, are we going to fail to build the kingdom? No, we are not. We have to finish the kingdom for Jesus to return. So in order to finish the kingdom, we have to understand what is the blueprint. That's why I have to come and teach. That's why I've got to write the book. So that everyone will understand and build that kingdom according to the blueprint from heaven. That's all. It's not difficult to understand, is it?
No.
These last 2 days is easy and simple to understand. Just that you get all things in the right perspective. That's all.
Coffee time.
Last time. All those,